If you are a homeowner and you want a little bit extra money to build an addition on your house or put in a swimming pool, a home equity line of credit, a HELOC, might be better for you than doing a refinance. A HELOC is a second mortgage. So you have your first loan, let's say you have a really good interest rate and you do not want to lose that good interest rate. Well, you could pull the equity out of your other house as if it was a second loan, right? You're borrowing against your equity. Let's do something simple. Let's say you have a $300,000 house and it's worth $400,000. You now have $100,000 of equity. Now, a lot of lenders will let you borrow up to 85% of that. You'll see a lot of 80%, but if you can, like I did, I just refinanced my second mortgage and I did an 85%. So I got 85% of the equity pulled out of my house. One thing to note, they're gonna check your debt to income to make sure that you can afford the extra payment on your $80,000. If you think your house is worth $400,000, you should give it a try, but you do still have to get an appraisal. If you go to a lender and you do a HELOC, they are going to be the ones to order the appraisal. If the appraiser said it's worth over $400,000, you can pull that 85% out of that remaining $100,000. Now, if you realize that the HELOC is right for you because you want to build an addition or you want to redo your siding, you are going to have to close on that deal. You're going to pay some closing costs as well. The closing can take a lot longer than a regular house closing. So it could be 30 days, it could even be 2 months. Mine took 2 months to completely commence, and that's okay. Now, since you are doing a second mortgage, you are essentially taking out a loan. It kind of works like a credit card. The more you pay, the money comes back into that HELOC account and you can pull it back out again. How a structure of a HELOC usually works, the first year they're gonna give you a really good rate. So if you take out $20,000 out of that 100, they're going to have maybe a rate of 1 to 2% for the first year. And then it's adjustable rate mortgage after that. Having it on an adjustable rate mortgage means that whatever the interest rate is as of that time, after your first year, it's going to be that. So right now it's at 7%. So just make sure you don't screw yourself in the future by being able to afford the first year, but then having the interest payments go way up the second year. The loan term is generally for 10 years, and then after that, if you have not paid it off, it'll turn into a normal loan, like a 20-year loan. Now, a lot of these HELOCs are different, so make sure you ask your lender because a lender is going to answer a lot of the questions you may have better than I can. Now, a few things to note. If you're gonna do a HELOC, it has to be your primary residence. You have to live there. It has to be your homestead residence. If you have, say, $100,000 of equity in your rental house, you can't just do a HELOC on that, or it's very, very difficult. I have so far never experienced somebody actually getting a HELOC on their rental property. Now, things to look out for if you do get a HELOC and you pull a lot of your equity out of your house. One, make sure you can afford it, and two, please don't buy a depreciating asset like a BMW. The last thing you want to do is not be able to afford that in the future and then lose all of your equity in your home. Some really good advice, if it's possible, take that money out of your house and build an ADU. I'll go in depth on that in a different video. Essentially, if you can add square footage to your house or if you can add another bedroom and then rent it out, that's a really good thing to do with your HELOC. Now, if all you want is the money to pay off some credit cards or to get out of some debt, that's fine. I suggest still doing a HELOC because that money is going to get put into a personal bank account. And if you pull it out, whatever you pull out of there is what you're going to be paying the interest on. You're not going to be paying the interest on everything else that's in the bank. Now, hopefully this helps you guys. I actually just refinanced my second mortgage. That means my HELOC, I just refinanced it again because I put all of that money I first took the HELOC into the house. I appreciated it a lot. And then I refinanced the HELOC because it was worth so much more so I can have a lot more money to redo the siding on my house. The first HELOC was used to build this out, a hot tub over there, and now I'm going to have a new siding. Yes, I'm going into more debt, but it's good debt because I'm building the property. I'm not overvaluing this property with all the other houses that are around us. Also, don't do that. Do not have your house worth $1 million when all the other houses are worth $300,000. Now, I hope this video is very helpful. I hope this makes you guys more money in the future by leveraging the equity in your home and buying more assets. I love making money. I love making other people money. I love cars and real estate, and that's what this YouTube channel is all about. So please subscribe.